Hey everybody. Day 48 of the 90-day Facebook Live Challenge. Scott Brown here, and had a thought today. Do our experiences lead how we think about situations, or does how we think about situations lead our experiences? Which comes first, our experiences or our thoughts? When Kelly and I were getting ready to move to Fort Wayne, I know I certainly started to have some thoughts about what living in Fort Wayne was going to be like. I did a bunch of research, I looked up a bunch of opportunities, I looked up a bunch of things about what it's like to live in Fort Wayne, things to do in Fort Wayne, things that Fort Wayne is famous for, all that stuff that I could possibly do. I started to research Fort Wayne. And I realized that it was really a kind of a cool little town to be able to go to. It was going to be a different experience, but it was a cool little place to go to. But I also had these thoughts in my mind that it's going to be cold, it's going to be winter, it's going to probably be a little bit lonely because Kelly's going to be traveling, and I don't know a single person in Fort Wayne. And if I'm not careful, I'm going to fall into that winter malaise that I would fall into so often when I lived in Pittsburgh. So now that we're in Fort Wayne, and it's cold, and it's winter, and Kelly's traveling, I found myself falling into that winter malaise that I was so apt to fall into when I lived in Pittsburgh. But I started to wonder today, is the malaise because of the situation, because it's winter, because I don't have friends yet, or is it because I preconditioned myself for that experience? That subconsciously I told myself, this is what's going to happen, this is how it's going to be, and just prepare for it because there's nothing you can do to change it. It's just going to be the way that it is. And I think there's something to be said about how we think about situations and how we experience situations, and what are those preconceived notions that we have about the situation? How do they impact how we actually view what we're doing? How do they impact the relationships we have with others? How do they impact our life as a whole? Let me give you another example. The first time you meet somebody, what experience, what is it that shapes your perception of that person? Are you walking into a new experience free of bias and past judgment, allowing yourself to just experience what it is you're trying to do? Or are you allowing preconceived notions to cloud that interaction you have with whoever the new person is? It happens when you get a new boss, it happens when you get a new peer, it happens when you interview somebody, it happens when you interact with somebody at a store, when you interact with somebody at a restaurant. All of that changes depending upon how you view that situation, how much of an experience you're allowing to cloud your judgment, and what experiences you're allowing to cloud your judgment, the positive ones, the negative ones, the indifferent ones. What is it that you're thinking as you go into a situation? Now, I'm fortunate that we've lived a lot of places, so I have some experience in trying to figure out how to adapt to a new environment and to meet people and to do some things that are different than what maybe some other people in this situation would have. That I have a few more tools in the toolbox than what some other people have, and I'll be able to figure out that Fort Wayne thing. But every time I meet somebody here, every time I have an interaction with somebody here, I'm at risk of projecting whatever the experience is onto that individual and either giving them a little bit too much credit, maybe not enough credit, but it's influencing my perception of those people. And how are your experiences influencing your perception of the people who you come in contact with and the experiences that present themselves to you? Are you talking yourself into enjoying them, or are you talking yourself out of enjoying them and into a malaise? It really depends on how you want to experience the world to how you will experience the world. There's that old saying that says, I know I'm going to mess this up, but something along the lines of your words become your thoughts become your actions become your destiny becomes your life, something along those lines. And how you start to talk about things and how you start to interact with the world around you changes where you're going to go in life. And we have the opportunity, we have the ability to change how we view and how we choose to think about the world, how we choose to think about all of those new experiences that we are subjected to on a regular basis. If you find yourself entering situations where you're thinking, this is just not going to be good, I'm not going to like this person, I don't know why I'm wasting my time with this. Well, guess what? They're not going to get the benefit of the doubt, and you're not going to like them. But if you go into a situation with a positive framework and you say, hey, this is a new opportunity to meet somebody, it's an opportunity to learn from somebody new, it's an opportunity to get a different perspective on the world, well, then maybe, just maybe, you're going to find somebody to interact with in your life that you would have never found before. It's going to be a positive environment. So as we move forward in our relationships, remember, how you choose to view that person is going to go a long way in the quality of the relationship and the quality of the experience you're going to have with the person, the place, with any experience you have. So I hope you have a great experience tonight. Hope you have a great evening this evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night, folks.